Biden tackled Vladimir Putin's false assertions head-on and has emerged as one of the leading statesmen of our time. The US president sees the struggle against Putin as the culmination of his lifelong fight for freedom. He knows that differences do exist between the allies, but he will need to continue to show leadership and pragmatism as he leads the coalition supporting Ukraine. This was Joe Biden, the Cold War warrior, whose lifelong fight for freedom took him into a war zone this week. In a day of dueling speeches, this was the most passionate and heartfelt and mercifully shorter. In Moscow, Vladimir Putin had indulged in fantasy geopolitics. Through his looking glass, NATO was the aggressor, Russia the victim, and Moscow's war was bringing peace. The US president's people had said this was not about a contest of speeches, but he tackled Putin's false assertions head-on. The United States and the nations of Europe do not seek to control or destroy Russia. The West was not plotting to attack Russia, as Putin said today, he said. Joe Biden sees the struggle against Putin as the culmination of his lifelong fight for freedom, and he believes the world is now at a critical moment in that battle. As we gather tonight, the world, in my view, is at an inflection point. The decisions we make over the next 5 years or so are going to determine and shape our lives for decades to come. He has emerged during this war as one of the leading statesmen of our time, striding the world now from Washington to Kyiv, despite his advancing years. His stunning surprise visit to the Ukrainian capital this week sent a powerful message of strength and resolve. He hopes to build on that and ram the point home with this message he said he brought back with him. Advertisement. 1 year ago, the world was bracing for the fall of Kyiv. Well, I have just come from a visit to Kyiv, and I can report, Kyiv stands strong. Kyiv stands proud. It stands tall. And most important, it stands free. The president acknowledged the challenges ahead, and convincing the enemy his cause was futile. Putin no longer doubts the strength of our coalition. But he still doubts our conviction. He doubts our staying power. He doubts our continued support for Ukraine. He doubts whether NATO can remain unified. But there should be no doubt, our support for Ukraine will not waver, NATO will not be divided, and we will not tire. The president knows that differences do exist between the allies and that their staying power is not limitless. They disagree on how fast weapons should be sent to Ukraine and how the victory over Russia should look when it finally comes. President Biden will need to show leadership and pragmatism as he continues leading the coalition supporting Ukraine into another year's conflict, hoping to maintain both unity and momentum. That's today's latest news. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment so that this channel can continue to exist. Thank you for listening to the end, and I hope it's useful.